everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. We've got one of the better defenses in the NFL in action today. The Chargers are top 10 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Broncos, who will need to find a way to move the football. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 6 matchup.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the San Diego Chargers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, trying to start it out with a bang, but it's second down. A first carry for the vet, Danny Woodhead. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Rivers now gives to Woodhead. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And the catch made by Dontrell Inman. And he's brought down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
After the interception, here's Lynch. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them. C.J. Anderson may not be a Pro Bowl runner, but he knows how to run big in big games.
Yeah, he sort of sealed the Super Bowl for them in the fourth quarter. Big game against the Patriots last year on a Monday night, but only 720 yards all told in 2015. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle.
Offense. Still second down.
Second down, Lynch. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Here's Riley Dixon now. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now San Diego getting set to go. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Hey, ready? 390. Hey, hot.
They run again with Woodhead. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth. Here's Drew Kaiser now. Emmanuel Sanders deep for the Broncos.
I have to admit to a little bit of surprise on that play call. Short yardage and they try to go wide. They got spilled for their efforts.
Now Sanders. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Throwing here, Lynch on first down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. A fake to Anderson. Now it's Lynch. The catch is made. Benny Fowler. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
To throw is Lynch. And complete into the hands of Fowler. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Here's Lynch. And he fires one, but incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And it's caught by the new pickup from Cleveland. It's Travis Benjamin. Back now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. On 3rd down, Rivers finds his target. It's Gates. And he will have the 1st before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Do you get the sense, Brandon, that people are trying to retire Antonio Gates? They keep thinking this is almost the end of the line, and then he keeps making catches like the one we just saw there.
He's the old reliable, you're right, just one of 9 players in the NFL with 100 or more touchdowns. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here you go. Hurry up.
3rd and goal for Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete. Stevie Johnson was the intended receiver. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And Lambo will put this one through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion.
Here we go. Leopard!
A fake to Anderson. Now it's Lynch. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Rivers off the play fake to Woodhead. Surveying the field. He's going to float this one deep right side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Lynch to throw. He's going to fire one deep and got his man complete. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas, 83 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now San Diego getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think
blitz coming, and down he goes. Brandon Marshall. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. One receiver left, that's Allen. Second down, Rivers. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. And that is incomplete. Danny Woodhead is intended target. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And Sanders now to return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And, of course, the defense is going to accept this penalty. From the gun, it's Lynch. Looking deep for Demarius. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Demarius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a 1st down.
Green 39! Green 39!
Throwing here, Lynch on 1st down. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
He goes underneath for Anderson, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson Wilson. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And now San Diego getting set to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Final play of the half, Rivers. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. So we come upon halftime. Never mind, Larry, forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. See if they stay on the ground for second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And now a first down following that long gain.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups, going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending him, that just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Lynch looking to throw on 2nd. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one. I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Lynch now throwing on third. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And it's a wobbler, but he does get it to go as it creeps over the bar. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the defensive unit now for the Broncos as they get set here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll start on the ground here with Woodhead. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line. The room to run just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
It was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started. So I thought your observation was spot on then, and you're right there again this week. Same thing is happening, not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack.
Throwing, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. And they convert on third with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offensive backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here we go. Green, Detroit.
Here's Lynch down around the goal line. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now Benjamin. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll go with Woodhead to start the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Woodhead. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The previous play was a nice run, so they came back with the draw. I think they were trying to fool the defense into thinking they would throw the ball and wanted to run it again. Unsuccessful, but this team is definitely showing they want to keep it on the ground.
On 3rd down, Rivers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Lambeau will put this one through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
The return comes now from Jordan Norwood. And there's a flag on the field. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
Return team.
Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Second down and the offense needing 5 yards. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Anderson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
On 3rd down, Lynch. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. And the big tight end shifting around. Time running out here on the play clock. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. They're going on 4th down. It's Lynch. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Back to the ground. Anderson. And he's brought down. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They run again on 1st down. Anderson. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Broncos a 1st down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Lynch is going to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. In the backfield is Anderson. And they'll give it to him here. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. C.J. Anderson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
Well, 2 touchdowns scored. I know his team's happy. His coaches are happy. How about the fantasy owners of this game?
Always happy with 2, but they'd like 3 or 4. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he will take a knee here. So per the new rules in 2016, this will be brought out to the 25-yard line. Now here's Danny Woodhead. He and the offense gearing up to take the field. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just get their assignments down, they can get in sync with their runners, and off off they went.
Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 27 yards that time. And that'll be good for San Diego, first down. And now they're in the hurry up. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Rivers now looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Finding time. Herndon's got it complete. And he's brought down. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. And they're going to speed things up here. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Rivers again. That's caught at the 3. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Stevie Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And they keep the winning streak alive. A big victory today.
And not only that, they serve notice to everyone else on their schedule. They are now the team that no one wants to play. They are rolling.
So for Denver, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for San Diego, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon.